Airbrush painting. So our airbrush applies paint with less opacity. Remember, opacity is the amount that you see through an object. So when it's opaque or full opacity, you can't see through it. So when the airbrush puts it puts down sort of less paint and you can see through it more. And it also feathers the paint. So you get more paint in the center of the stroke and less paint at the outer edges. So here I'm going to go over into my paint tools. I'm going to go to airbrush. I've chosen the color here and I'm just going to stroke. I have to have a layer. I'll create that layer. I'm just going to stroke across. And as we zoom in on it, you can see that in the middle we get more opaque or less see-through. As we get to the edges, it gets to be more transparent or less ink or less paint being put down. So it has this feathering effect. And this is what it's good for, is allowing you to feather in color. And so we typically don't just see paint going from one color to another all the time. There are times in nature when we want the color to feather in. So the airbrush feathers it in with less opacity, with more opacity in the middle of the stroke and less opacity at the edge, or feathered in at the edge of the stroke.